Good morning, beautiful souls. How are you doing? Actually, it may not be morning for you, so I'll just say welcome, welcome. I'm delighted to be able to read once again from Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Really beautiful message that we had on Monday. So if you didn't catch that one, go back and check it out. It kind of portends a time of great change. And I think I've had that information before, but I've never received it in the same way. It felt very rich and very impactful, what we are. The message was really to pay attention to what's coming in over the next couple of weeks. So let's see as we move into August. So for now, we're going to ask for either additional information to help us understand the changes that we are going through, or whatever message that is needed for this time. I've decided to keep the clear quartz energy out and ask for additional clarity and hopefully amplify the energy that's coming through. How are you all doing? Okay, so I literally just opened up the deck and I feel like amplified is exactly what we have, because we have 3 cards here. I love this because I felt like there was a balancing of like the dark and the light, masculine, feminine, that sort of thing in the last reading. And we had the moon was the first card that came out. And now we have the sun, which we're the earth in the middle of this. And the sun is like this really magnetic, powerful energy coming through. We have a sun star above our head, which helps filter in all this beautiful sun energy coming in and bringing this light and radiance, and I believe light codes, into our body. And there's a lot of people now that speak light language and believe in these new codes. And as I work, I see like changes in the way energies normally move within the body and how they're kind of changing. This one says enjoy success and happiness. And the success and happiness can be on so many different levels. And, you know, success means something different to all of us, although here in the United States, a lot of it is geared around money. And what I feel radiating from here is success in this transformation that we are going through at this time, the ability for us to be able to open up to our intuitive information that's coming through, and to find joy and happiness in what's coming. And part of that is going to be able to feel what it feels like to be completely free and rid of like constraints around us, for us to be able to open up, not just energetically, but on our daily awareness of what's going on the planet right now, and be able to find the things that are going to bring us happiness. So that's one of the things. I love this card. I haven't had this card out in a long time, but it's very exciting, called the Seer, see beyond the current situation. Yeah, so that's exactly what I think is going on. Her head here is cloaked because you don't need your physical eyes, because I think what we're seeing is what we've always seen. And what is coming is beyond that. That's why this beyond the current situation is noted here below, is because when this new information, this new light codes, this new energy, as it continues to radiate and flood this new energy onto the earth, and we expand energetically. And I think also we're lightening up, meaning that we've been in a 3-dimensional, which my understanding has been that it's a little bit more of a denser situation. We have a lot of emotions that kind of were, you know, of fear and unworthiness and sadness and war, and all these things are heavier energies. And there are plenty of scales out there if you're interested in looking at frequencies and what's the frequency of fear and what's the frequency of love, and you will see that fear is a much lower, slow moving frequency, whereas love is faster. And that's what I think the sun is bringing in. So it's asking us to, even though there's chaos and war and confusion and we're all trying to figure out what's going on right now on the planet, is that we need to close our eyes to what we're seeing on a day-to-day level and open up our hearts and our third eye to tap into our heart, into a knowing, an awareness that is beyond what we have seen. I love that we have not only this beautiful woman here as a seer, but now we have the wise one. And it says grow within. Both of these are talking about the current situations, right? See beyond it and grow within it. Now those two can seem like counter awarenesses. But the reason why it's asking you to see beyond it is because it's the limitations from what our brains have already told us is what we're wanting to see beyond. And then we can grow within this situation to accept the light, and instead of staying in fear, accept that these changes that are going on are meant to be. I find it very fascinating when I hear people talk of how, all these changes and these things that are happening to us. We are very needed on this planet, but we are but a small piece of the planetary's environment. And we've managed to destroy many things and to shift and change and do everything because we only see our own value and are not seeing the value, so this is the current situation, is are we embracing the energies of the trees and the clouds and the birds and seeing ourselves but another humble being on the planet, as opposed to seeing ourselves as the ruler and that the planet needs us to fix everything. I think we've managed to mess a lot of stuff up. So the last thing the planet needs is our interference again, unless our interference is about the awareness as to what our own personal energy is contributing to whatever it is going on. And I think that that's what they're talking also about the current situation. How are you affecting the current situation? Are you making it worse? Are you in fear? Are you feeling lack? Are you afraid all this stuff is going on? Or are you recognizing that there is success and happiness even in this moment if we decide to close our eyes to everything that has always been and open our hearts to the possibility of what is coming in. And that's where I think the wisdom lies. The raven or crow here, crow is about sacred law and knowing the balancing between what it is that we put out, and it's like as above, so below, that where we are in our own life is what we will find in the world to mirror and to help us grow. So the wisdom here with the owl and this is about the awareness that it is up to us to close off, and maybe close off is the wrong word, but I'll flip it and say to focus on the things that that excite us, that bring us joy, that bring us love, that we see going well and right, and we'll get more of that. Because if we try to shut things out and pretend that they don't exist, it's really attracting sometimes those things to us, because what we're doing is pushing it away. And when we are giving any of it attention, it just brings it closer. So this is asking to trust in your heart space, trust in what is happening and the success of the planet, the success of what is going on right now. Grow within this situation. See with your inner eye and your inner heart space rather than what we see outside visually. Because when we get clear on the inside, everything on the outside becomes clear as well. So thank you so much for being here at the Art of the Oracle. I hope you're enjoying the reading. If you would like to see a particular reading, please write it in the show notes, or if you're interested in a private reading, I'd love to offer you that as well. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye now.